Hello, viewers. A very warm welcome to all of you. Today, let me introduce you all to an organization and leadership that is committed to changing the dynamics of rural India with its innovative and technologically led social interventions. This is the Manjari Foundation that I'm talking about. It is a non-profit social development organization which is committed to help women from the marginalized communities to overcome social injustice, poverty, and exclusion, while facilitating women empowerment at the grassroots level by promoting microfinance and enterprise development. The organization is also devoted to bring about social justice and equality and therefore leading to an overall rural transformation. And in today's special episode of the CSR Universe's Leaders Talk segment, we are delighted to have with us Mr. Naresh Kumar Nain, Program Director, Manjari Foundation, to share the organization's mission and most importantly to discuss the conceptualization of Sakhi, Manjari Foundation's Women Empowerment Project, for which the organization was recently awarded at the CSR Universe Social Impact Conference and Awards 2022 in the Microfinance CSR category. A very cordial welcome to you, sir.
Thank you.
So, sir, we at the CSR Universe once again extend our congratulations to the entire team of Manjari Foundation for doing such a commendable work and also for winning the award.
Thank you. Please.
Sir, to begin with, we want to know specifically about Project Sakhi, how it was conceptualized, and what were the main concerns and issues that led to this project.
Yes. So as you mentioned about the Manjari Foundation, so we are primarily working with the women groups, and our whole focus is to empower the women so that they can lead the society and lead with the deeds, with the actions. And in that context, Sakhi is very important program for us. And Sakhi program was initially launched by the Hindustan Zinc. Uh, this is a CSR initiatives, but after incorporation of Manjari Foundation in 2016, and we got in partnerships with the Hindustan Zinc Limited, based at Rajasthan.
Okay.
And we jointly conceptualize this and promote these initiatives. And now these initiatives is in 7 locations, 6 locations in Rajasthan and 1 location in Uttarakhand. This is location of Pantnagar. And in these initiatives, more than 27,000 women are part of these programs.
Okay.
And the whole idea of this Sakhi program is to promote the women institutions so that we can transform the lives of the women, especially in the to promote sustainable livelihood, enterprises, and address the long gender barriers who are hampering the growth of the society and women especially. So that was the whole idea behind Sakhi.
Okay, so and what has been the impact of Sakhi? What were the interventions that you had rolled out with this initiative? And can you also share the number of beneficiaries? What was the exact social impact?
Yes. So when we talk about the impact of the Sakhi, so we have mobilized around 27,503 women in 212 villages.
Wow.
And these are on 6 districts. Yeah, it's a big scale. And in last 5-6 years, women have mobilized the saving of 15.5 crores. This is one of the big milestone for them, and they started with a small microfinance kind of institute. But now last year they have done the transaction of the 57 crores, and which is they have seek support for the banks, and they have also rotate their own saving as well. And through this microfinance institute, they have promoted around 2,000 enterprises. And especially when we are talking about these enterprises where women are part of production systems, processing systems, and marketing, and earning a dignified livelihood. And these micro enterprises are now taking a big shape and participating in the modern market ecosystems where they have the digital platform where they are trying to compete with the big market players. And last year, these enterprises generate the business of 2.7 crore, where
Wow, this is
most of the
incredible.
women, yeah, get a dignified livelihood through this.
And what exactly are these industry sectors? Are these mostly artisans or agricultural based jobs or any other enterprises?
Yeah. So as you know that Rajasthan is very famous for this artisans, this spices, this pulses. So
Right.
we have tried to locate these enterprises or promote based on the local context. So because Rajasthan women have a very aesthetic or very regional artisan kind of things, where we have promoted three clusters in Rajasthan where women have this artisan clusters where they are making products of clothes and artisan products. In one district, especially in the Ajmer, they have the pickle enterprises where women are producing 12 types of pickle. Especially, you'll find all Rajasthani taste and traditional method they are using to develop or grow these all pickles. In Bhilwara, because this is one of the pulses belt in Rajasthan and very well known for this pulses production. So we have promoted one enterprises where women are part of this pulses intervention,
Mhm.
where they are producing a variety of pulses and selling in a market. And in Chittorgarh, because this is the South Rajasthan, where lot of turmeric and other locally grown spices are available. So we have tried to promote this one of the spices industry. You can say that in Chittorgarh. So there are the variety of interventions based on the local context and women aspirations. Both are very critical. And one important element in our intervention is the sustainability, where climate action is one of the big area which we focus in all of the our interventions.
Okay. And so, what about Uttarakhand? You've also reached out to women in Uttarakhand. What about their nature of work?
Yeah, in Uttarakhand, because this is also one of the unique location for us, and
Okay.
uh, in Uttarakhand, this is about the more industrial town of the Uttarakhand. This is Pantnagar or Rudrapur locations.
Mhm.
In that locations, because Uttarakhand climatic conditions allow different kind of intervention. So in Uttarakhand, women are part of this mushroom clusters, and where they are part of this. Production systems and selling in the markets. And because Pantnagar University is in our vicinity, so we are trying to leverage the government infrastructures where technical partners is the Pantnagar University and try to help to promote this mushroom and this backyard poultry is also one of the initiatives in that location.
Incredible, incredible. So, sir, do you also look at your organization? Does it also look at providing market linkages to these communities? And how are you doing it if you're doing it?
Yes, we usually work not in a NGO fashion. So we largely work in a reverse manner. Especially, we first try to unlock this market things because production have no value unless until you cannot sell in a market.
True.
So we have tried to put our efforts in a to unlock this market systems,
Mm.
especially where we are trying to leverage this technology part because nowadays most of the things are on digital platforms and uh, you know that digital buying is growing rapidly. So
Yes.
we have tried to develop these digital platforms where these all products are you can see on Amazon,
Mm.
Flipkart, Big Basket, Geo,
Okay.
Smart Bazaar. Yeah, so these are the some platforms we are trying to locate or we are trying to facilitate. But at the same time, because we have the big scale of the rural women and we are working with them. So they are also the producer. At the same time, they are also consuming the product. So in that sense, we are trying to promote the local business as well, where these women are also purchasing the same amount of these spices, these pickles and pulses. They are the daily use kind of things and edible kind of. So these local community is also one of the big market for them. And we called this one of the business Sakhi models, where in each village, these Sakhi women are producing at the same time selling a product within their vicinity. This is also one of the areas. At the same time, we have also promoted some retail chain as well, especially in the Chittorgarh, in Jaipur, in Ajmer and Udaipur locations, where we have promoted some Sakhi Mart. And Sakhi Mart is the place where you will find all artisan products, all spices, or other products promoted by these Sakhi women. So these are the few initiatives which we are trying to initiate.
So, sir, are you also taking support from the government in terms of infrastructural support? What is the support coming from the government?
Yeah, as you know, government is a big support systems, and there are a lot of government schemes which are very pertinent and very useful for women, especially. So we are trying to leverage this. One of the like Mudra is one of the scheme where we are trying to facilitate members to seek loan. At the same time, they have the some loan scheme facility, especially with the OD facilities for our enterprises, which is helping for scale up this working capital is one of the bottlenecks and what or the important aspect. So we are trying to seek the support of banks, especially so that they can scale up their production systems and ready to go for market, because when you are going in a big market, especially in the online and this digital space, so you need some kind of bandwidth which allow you to work with these ecosystems. So we are trying to work with that. At the same time, for infrastructure support, we would like to thank you, our CSR partner Hindustan Zinc, who put resources and who helped the community to create their assets. Especially these women have all modern assets, especially when we talk about this artisan products. They have all latest machinery. When talking about this spices, they have their own innovative branding and packaging and raw materials kind of support for initial stage. We got from CSR partner as well.
Okay, so other than Hindustan Zinc and the government agencies, are there any other partners that are helping you?
Yes, we have many partners, but for these initiatives, I would like to thank you PNB Housing as well, who supported us for this spices production unit, especially in the Chittorgarh and Bara. And in Bara also, we are trying to build on the local production, especially garlic is one of the main product in Bara. And where we have promoted one of the garlic production unit, especially where women are making this garlic paste, ginger paste, this kind of paste, which are very pertinent now in urban spaces, at the same time in rural spaces as well. So these are the few partners who are also helping us. At the same time, we are trying to on build with the some of the resource partner as well, especially with we are working with the IIM Lucknow, who provided the technical trainings to these all women. And you'll surprise that these trainings conducted with the credible faculty of the IIM Lucknow, and these all women are certified with them. So they have the IIM Lucknow certification kind of things, where they have learned many skills about the market and production systems, because this allow us to interact with some of the good entrepreneurs what are the things and what are the mistakes or what are the good things that they are doing, or learning to some of the entrepreneur always help. So that was also one of the area where resource partner as well as in knowledge partner is also important. So we are trying to leverage these all possible efforts.
That's actually very aspirational and encouraging even for the women who can aspire for more in terms of their profession. So, sir, tell me, how receptive have these women been to your efforts? Were there any challenges in the beginning during your implementation of programs, and what were those challenges? And especially in terms
Yes.
of building trust and awareness also.
Yeah, uh, I think this is a very important and very touching point you are asking. When I reflect back to when initial stage when we started to work in all villages, so there was a lot of resistance from the male folks because we are trying to mobilize these women in groups and try to mobilize them for microfinance things.
Right.
But uh, uh, when we talk with the women in many villages, so there was the obvious question from the male folks, who you are.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, in Rajasthan there is one special कहावत कि आप भगा के ले जाओगे महिलाओं को.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
so
yes.
yes, so this was the first sentence. So many times, each of our professional staffs, including me, we have heard from the community. But we have tried a few tested things, especially when we are talking about this mobilization thing. So we have devised one tool where we are trying to mobilize women by women. So we have put some women who were already a part of our programs in different locations. So we put these women in villages. So they share their own stories, how they come out with the patriarchy systems, how they have developed their enterprises, what are the changing story of their life. So these all stories encourage other women to be to participate in these programs. And once women participate in a programs, so we have a designed capacity building curriculum, which helps to women to understand and reflect back what are the structural barriers and challenges which are hampering their growth and development. So in that process, initial phase was very challenging, but now same male folks are talking that कि आपकी महिलाओं की मीटिंग चल रही है तो हम जा रहे हैं. So they are not interfering. Even in many cases, they are facilitating women to participate, and sometimes they ask why you are not doing your meeting as per plan.
Wow.
That kind of, yeah, so that kind of super ecosystems now develop, because now one kind of trust and rapport is important. At the same time, we have also some basic principles try to adopt. So we called all women Banji in Rajasthan.
Mm.
So despite of age or uh, caste or anything, so many things neutralize with these all efforts.
And
And
also
at the same time,
they also feel respected.
yes, respected at the same time. It's very dignified for them because treating equal in a crops, then women do not have much platform in villages where they can speak their voices or share their concerns, grief, happiness. So
Mm.
these institutions are helping them to share, or it's an opportunity for them to break a lot of barriers
Mm.
which are beyond microfinance. So when we call this, we start with the money,
Mm.
but money is only a small means. This is not the end. So
Mm.
our main purpose is to how to enable or empower these women where they can participate in a programs and bringing innovations
Mm.
so that they can access their rights and choices
Mm.
promised by the constitution.
Mm.
because there are a lot of rights and entitlements for each and individual, women, man, rural community. So there are a lot of stuff by the governments which are largely missing. So we are trying to build on that aspects more.
Okay, wonderful. So you were talking about incorporating technology in your
Yeah.
efforts. So how do you think technology is going to actually help in places, especially when it is slow paced and in rural settings where it is slow paced?
Yes, I think technology remove lot of barriers and provide lot of opportunity. So so you'll surprise that this whole program is very digitized. So when I am talking these numbers, so you can go and click on dashboard of project where you can find out all these numbers. So we have tried to digitize all self-help group programs where these weekly meetings, monthly meetings of these institutions are live meeting. You can just put in a tablets. So we have tried to build the capacities of the local women for digital literacy, because digital literacy is not much in rural areas. Especially there are a lot of digital divides, especially with the men, women.
Mm,
If in a family you have mobile, but access to women is limited. So
mm,
we are trying to remove this barrier as well. So this whole program is digitized, and this remove lot of manipulation error, at the same times live informations, analysis kind of things. So
mm,
we are using technology with a very on a massive level, and in each village we have a digital access where women are trying to put information on a digital tool. At the same time, we have tried to facilitate some, we call this Sakhi Seva Kendra. So
mm,
where women, this center is also helping women to access government schemes.
mm,
Because in Rajasthan, you will find there are all schemes are on digital platform. So
mm,
you can fill application via digital tool and get enroll and then get benefit. So
mm.
we are trying to leverage that kind of efforts as well. So in these digital Sakhi Seva Kendra,
Mm.
women have laptops, tablets, and printers or other devices which are useful to unlock this internet thing.
It's actually very heartwarming to know that you are trying to democratize access to connectivity and technology. And because we here in the cities, we feel that in rural areas, people don't have access to the internet or technology. But now that you're sharing it with us, there is a possible way to connect them with technology. Thank you so much for that. So, sir, I want to know your thoughts on a very crucial aspect of microfinancing. Uh, because of the higher operating costs of the MFIs, the microfinancing institutions, as compared to conventional banking, how can the MFIs strike a balance between financial sustainability and operational self sustainability at the same time? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, to when we talk about this microfinance, because nowadays still banking improved because of just Jan Dhan Yojana, the
Yes.
lot of loan and lot of banking things
Hmm.
reaching in rural areas. But at the same time, uh, with the quality, time is also reducing in many areas. But
Yes.
at the same time, in many places, still this finance is a big challenge, where
Hmm.
microfinance have a critical role. So in our context, we called this community microfinance, because all our transactions done by the community, and you'll be surprised that Manjari Foundation do not handle any finance of community. So these community institutions are self-registered with the government registered body, and they have their dedicated bank accounts, and at the same time they have their own mechanisms how to lend, what will be the repayment rate, at the same times what will be the process for easy lending, and at the same times repayment is also important. So in our cases you will surprise, we have 0% delay in payments. So women are very much aware about, at the same time very disciplined in microfinance, and they are taking loans 50 rupee to 1 lakh. 50 rupee when I am talking, that was the amount they started for maybe some local travel, and now they are taking 1 lakh, 2 lakh, 3 lakhs for their enterprises kind of things. And we are very flexible systems women have. So they decide whatever the amount women require for particular interventions, and flexible written system as well. They can repay in 1 month, or they can repay in 6 months, or 1 year, based on the project earning capability kind of things as well, and their local production system as well. Sometimes they repay with the livestock, sometimes they repay with the agriculture system. So one is that there is each is one of the important thing. Second is that if there is a shortfall when women do not have much finance, so they make a wise decision who need much, whose needs is critical nowadays. If a few women need for some kind of household expenditure, or who need for health, or somebody need for education, so they will make call based on their wisdom and their wiseness. This is also one of the areas which allow them to work on a mutual trust. These all are aspects which are beyond money, but very important in community-led microfinance. And at the same time, we have also developed grading and some quality parameters. So they usually conduct meeting on the monthly level and try to check all parameters. Is this group, or is this organization, or this individual is performing on decided or mutual agreed parameters, then they extend all possible resources. Otherwise, if there is any doubt or any concerns, they will facilitate that, come with after 1 month. That is also one of the area. So these are the few do's and don'ts which play critical role. And in this whole initiative, leadership of women is important. If women understand the role, where delegating power, at the same time analytical power, at the same time facilitation skills, these are the important areas which we are trying to impart to these old women, because we aspire that this initiative will take like a bank, because now they are dealing with the 55 crore kind of things. So we aspire that in next 5 years it will be around 200 crore initiatives, and where these all women will, the all need of the women will be met by this Sakhi Institute. This is our aspirations, goal behind this project. And we are trying to put this institution center of excellence, which can motivate to others women as well, who are not part of these programs.
Okay, amazing, sir. So one last question is that since we're talking about microfinancing institutes, what is the most ideal and sustainable model of lending, the approach in terms of lending, which should not hamper the end user, especially in terms of over borrowing? Sometimes these people, these communities, because they lack that financial know-how, so they over borrow. So how do you avoid that? What kind of model are you following approach?
Yes, I think this is also important in country like where a lot of farmers suicide because of
Yes,
bank loan and other things which you're
absolutely.
trying to put. Yes. So in that case, in our case, we try to facilitate one of the process, and as you know, you can work on the process only. So in our processes, we are trying to facilitate or trained women for this. We call this family-based livelihood planning. So each SHG develop their own plan, and this plan is developed every year. So this year, what are the investment you require for particular interventions? And based on that, they develop their plan. And this plan has been reviewed by the village organizations, where review is very critical. So this particular member is taking loan because you and me don't know what is the requirement and what is the existing infrastructure with that family.
True.
But their other SHG members know what
Mm,
is their financial conditions, what
mm,
are their earning capability, how she will repay. So in that meeting, they review critically.
mm,
And if there is any member who is asking resources beyond their bandwidth,
mm,
at that times they critically sometimes deny, sometimes rectify,
mm,
and sometimes facilitate in different way. So there are a lot of ways where we can eliminate this over borrowing kind of things. So we are trying to develop some community self-monitoring kind of things
okay.
where they monitor themselves and report back to the federations.
Mm,
If there is any challenge in any villages or village organizations, so what were the critical factors? What
mm,
were the critical gaps? If process they overlook process, then there might be the chance of error. But process is very important where they evaluate self-evaluation is critical areas. And this evaluation is based on their we use this red color is bad, yellow is so, green is good, because you know a lot of literacy gap as well.
yes,
So
sir.
sometimes number not help. So we have put this in a color code. So
Wow.
your group is in yellow, not performing so good, but can be land. But your group in red, so you cannot seek loan or resources from now. So you have to first yellow, and then green is the only color which is very famous in Sakhi women. So when you ask somebody, तो we simply ask कौन सा कलर चल रहा है अभी आपके गांव में.
Acha. So that's
So
really good. This kind of simple communication will make their work more effective. Very
yes.
good in terms of understanding their problems also. So, sir, that has been a very, very invigorating and engaging conversation that I had with you. And thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you for your time. And we wish Manjari Foundation all the best for all your future endeavors. Thank you
Yeah,
so much.
thank you again, and I would like to thank you especially, and whole CSR Universe team to acknowledge our efforts. And I dedicated this award to our Sakhi women who are the change maker and who are the harbinger of change uh, in their locality. So again, thank you all for acknowledging our efforts. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. It's been a pleasure. Thank
Thank
you,
you.
sir. Bye bye.
Bye bye.